will start our global peace prayer. So, okay. Well, good evening, everyone, and good morning to anybody that's in Europe at this time. Happy Epiphany Day, happy Three Kings Festival Day today for January 6th, 2022. So happy to see you all here with us today, those that are present and those that will be watching towards the future. Today is a very special day, as today is the Three Kings Festival, and today is the Happy Epiphany Day. In Europe, everyone is celebrating this amazing holiday, which is almost like Christmas, but just in Europe. Since I am actually from Ukraine, Happy Epiphany Day would be one of the most fondest memories for me, especially when I was 6, when I was christened at a Eastern Orthodox Church. So it's really a happy, momentous occasion, and it is so on point and in tune with the Christ consciousness and the cosmic consciousness of the season at this time. And as we all celebrate the new incoming 2022, the new energies of New Earth, the new energies of our own kind of like cosmic DNA morphogenetic dominion over ourselves, where we actually connect our divine self together with our human self, as we are all in the process across the entire planet. And it's not, exclusive only to the Homo sapiens species. It's also exclusive to our animal kingdom, to our mycelia, to our plant kingdoms, to our waters, to any body, anything breathing right now on this planet, as Mother Gaia is actually going through a major transitional shift and ascension into the 5D New Earth grid now at this time. So at 3:33, we will be doing a beautiful global peace prayer. We are going to call in the four corners. We're going to call in the archangels, the angels, the Elohim, the Seraphim, and the Oraphim. And we are going to send out an energetic shift, an energetic frequency of blessing and healing towards the entire planet for Mother Gaia, for Mother Terra, Pachamama, Mother Kia, but also send out an entire healing to the human consciousness collective, our animal kingdom, and to everyone that is dealing with whatever they're dealing with today. And the reason why I'm breathing so heavy within this moment is because as a nexus point, what is a nexus point? I'm directly connected to the earth grids around the world. So if there's a volcano that's erupting, or if there's an earthquake that is happening halfway across the world, I will feel it, especially in my solar plexus and in the sacral areas and in the root. So I feel a very giant incoming shift of vibration and energy, which is such a wonderful, beautiful thing for all of our souls, but also at the same time, such a dense, energetic frequency that is coming from everything that is happening on our external factors. And that is why we are calling in the global peace prayer today at 3:33. It's such a fitting day. And not only that, I was truly guided by the divine to do it today and no other day. For every day is just today, giving us another opportunity as it replays over and over and over again, like a roll of film, to do different, to shift our perspective, to make different choices from heart and from the eyes of soul, and to have another second chance at doing our soul mission, and to be able to help others assist and to help Gaia assist most of all. Unfortunately, Ana Otero from the Mary Magdalene Mystery School from Madrid was not able to do the show last minute for this week, due to some health reasons. So we will keep her in prayer, definitely. But she will return with us and have an amazing show next Thursday at 3:33 p.m. EST. That's going to be 1:33 p.m. Mountain Time and 12:33 Pacific Central Time. So we have an amazing guest for us today that's going to take Anna's place. Just for this time being. But however, we did plan on having Holly as a show on February 4th. So it's actually really cool. It's very synchronistic that Holly will be joining us today. So Scott, can we bring on Holly Strong? And then we'll introduce her.
I'm here. I got disconnected, I'm afraid, but I made it back.
That's okay. So Holly, tell us a little bit about yourself. And just before you even say anything, she's an amazing psychic, an amazing medium, and an extraordinary energetic healer, and such a spiritual, soulful being. So it's been a pleasure to connect with her. So
Well, thank you for all of that. It has been amazing, our connection, which is very predestined, I know. I feel that anyways. Well, I started Quintessence Healing Arts.com. That's kind of my hub. And I work a lot with the galactics, the angelics, the dragons. I speak different kind of light languages, which I'll probably be doing today, being I'm no forewarning of really what I was going to do, but healing is, in whatever form, is just my joy. And I'm love to write as well. I love bringing out a person's soul talents and then putting them to use right away. I have many irons in the fire, but I do love channeling and interacting with the galactic beings and other aspects of myself, and even Gaia herself. I've had quite a few interactions with her, and she's absolutely amazing and even has a sense of humor. So that's a lot of fun. So Mariana, you're just going to have to, or any of the other lovely people here today, you just kind of direct me with what you need and I'll assist where I can.
No problem, Holly. So tell us, Holly, where are you about in the United States?
I am in Midland, Michigan. Kind of upper mid Michigan. It kind of the headquarters of Dow Chemical, of all places. Guess I was needed here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, as you do help to ascend Earth quite a bit and also help the healing of the Earth grid exactly where you are. So you're actually, what I feel is the life channeling from the guides is you're planted. The exact channeling is you're planted exactly where you are for exactly the reason for what you came here to do.
Oh, yes. I've often been on missions or my light body has been taken to go on missions, and I'm fully aware the majority of the time. I know I've worked with a number of undiscovered ancient pyramids, putting them back together and activating them so they start pulsing out their healing white light frequencies. I've done that a couple different times, or I reprogrammed them. There was one over in Croatia that had been compromised, and it was pumping out this black goo all over the country. So I righted that one, and also I've been working not as of late, but recently within the past year on and off, and that is the Lemerian crystal skulls. There's actually the original, what I call her, the Great Mother. She's quite large, just, I don't know, 2.5 feet high and just huge. And she connected with me a couple different times, and Gaia was actually my guide, this beautiful green woman. She's just all green. And we both went there to honor her, and she welcomed us. And through the process, she worked with me, and I don't understand everything that went on, but there was some part of me she used, the Great Mother skull, crystal skull, the original one, I might add, that came here from, not here. She created 5 daughter skulls and brought me back after our initial meeting, and introduced me, each one. I even have their names written down. And she sent them out across the world secretly to be nodes, crystal nodes, to anchor a layer of Lemerian crystal grid over the earth. So they're secretly hidden for their safety. And those 5 nodes definitely put into place another layer of light of the crystalline energy. So I thought I'd share that.
Now I know exactly why the roles have been switched today.
Okay. Well, I'm just following my instincts as to what comes out of my mouth.
the
what I
prayer
need to talk about.
The prayer that was channeled to me about 24 hours ago was more of, it's a prayer in words as far as sound and vibration. But it is since I am a crystal grid healer, and I'm a nexus point and also a nodal worker, and I do a lot of earth grid healing physically and in spirit. The prayer is meant to send out almost like energetic shockwaves into a lot of different grids around the earth, specifically that are most penetrated right now with different things that are happening in the external world. So, this is going to be a gathering of anyone that is drawn to this, and anyone that is listening on the air, anyone that will come across it towards the future, which is the same thing as past, present, and future all at once, are drawn to this specific, it's all inclusive, but this specific show for a reason. And if you are a crystal grid worker, if you are an ascension house sister, helper, way shower, light warrior, then you will know exactly, and you will feel the vibration through your bones, through your deep tissue, because a lot of us are processors. We're processors of energy. We're processors of energy of others, at the same time of the soil and of Mother Earth. And through our bodies, it's almost like a computer. Think of a computer desktop processor. We're processing all those energies. And that's why right now the ascension symptoms are so high and so dramatic. They haven't been this dramatic. And I've been following the ascension symptoms actually since 2016. They haven't been this dramatic or this widespread reported for quite some time. So this is why we're all feeling it, because most of our morphogenetic field is now being restructured. Our DNA patterns are now being restructured on the galactic side as in our human side as well. So before we do the prayer, I just want to speak a little bit about what Holly and I had embarked on last week, right at the dawning of the new year. And you know what, Holly, we still will have that beautiful, amazing show on February 4th together. I really
wonderful.
Yes. So Holly and I, just briefly, we've been, Facebook friends for a while, but then at one point, soul, universe, God in us, God around us connected us together to actually get messages from a specific soul, a being that had existed in the 1920s, a young woman that loved to dance, a young woman that loved to sing. Her name was Abby. And I was immediately connected to Abby. Now, Holly met Abby a while back in Louisiana and had brought her back to Michigan and stayed with her for about a month until she crossed over. I had just met Abby after her crossover, literally last week, and was able to be gifted and graced by a beautiful message, which I will, we were able to record it, but nothing was heard, which was the most uncanny thing ever. The recording is there, but it's just silence. But within the silence, Holly wasn't able to hear it, but I did hear certain vibrational frequencies, certain sounds that really could not be explained in human terminology. So in her message, she did talk about what we are about to embark on as far as the peace prayer. And in her message, she talks about what is going to become the main focus. That is what I remembered, Holly. I meditated on it this morning, and I did remember the gist of the message, of what it really means to be in existence right now at this time and in 2022. But Holly, before I do the message, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you met Abby? We have about 6 minutes before we start getting ready for the prayer. So talk a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, it originally started with, I was talking to a friend, and a being came to speak with us, and I channeled her, and it turns out she was an African deity, an Orisha named Ashun. I didn't know all that. So from that moving forward and working with me, I was led to go kind of on a mission trip to New Orleans. And through all the synchronicities, the place I found for us to stay just on the outside of the French Quarter, through the synchronicities, I discovered that was the exact same building that a previous incarnation of me lived in. It used to be a parochial school, and then it turned into apartments. And so she was there somewhere from the 1920s to the 30s, and she didn't have a very long life. But she, so I managed to manifest a trip down there for 8 days and did a lot of interacting with the land and Marie Laveau, and just numerous different energies down there. And so she connected with me one day. She literally just popped in and introduced herself within me, talking to me. And it was such a wonderful experience. And you know how you just never know the whole story, not at first. It's like puzzle pieces. But I ended up bringing her home with me. I said, you just stay in my body. I will be your carrier. And I now know that she wouldn't have made it out of New Orleans or that apartment that we stayed in without her being in my body. I was her safety. I was the vehicle by which I freed her from that area. And there were dark energies holding her and other children. Not a nice story. But I brought her home. She stayed within me for about 3.5 weeks or so. And let me tell you, any party invitation that came my way, it's like, yes, go. She loved to dance and dress up, and as any young girl would want to, right? So finally, I could tell I was just, my life and me now just bored the heck out of her. And I said, okay, it's time for you to go home. So, but she wasn't gone probably more than a week before she went to Marianne, who connected with me, and then a whole new things started, and it was amazing. I'm actually, the one book I am starting, my first, is all about that whole Louisiana and the Orishas and Marie Laveau and Abby and the whole long story. So And a storyteller. That is one of my things. I am a storyteller.
Thank you, Holly. Yes. It was a very interesting thing before the prayer. I'll just say a few words and I'll just tell her message. She doesn't want me to say a lot. She just wants me to say just a few words and kind of leave the rest till February 4th, because she feels that you still have quite a bit of initiation to do. So you'll have that time to be able to be more in silence. And why I was drawn to Abby is because she had this amazing, impeccable, infallible spirit where she loved dancing and she loved music. And I just, dance to me is not even a euphoria. Dance to me is everything, because I feel energy is motion. And so when I'm in a space of dance or I'm dancing, I mean, it's pure joy. And so that is why I feel truly that Abby did connect to me. And throughout the last 2 years, with the challenges and difficulties that have occurred, especially with this pandemic, it's been a challenging time, especially to say the least. But she did remind me right before New Year's that just because there's things going on your external environment doesn't mean that you stop your dance. And the biggest reason why I connected to Abby is when I started my spiritual journey, and I never shared that before, not live, not privately with anyone, is that the first thing that came to me when I started my spiritual journey was I wanted to learn how to dance, but not just to dance. We could all dance, really. To dance the dance of my soul and dance the dance of creation. And that is on a whole different level than just moving around with your body. The dance of creation is timeless. The dance of creation is your own soul connecting to the universe and to the source and to all that is. The dance is the dance of your breath, of your spirit. And that is what I wanted to learn. And that is when I learned my spiritual name. My soul name was Leah. And that is how Leah came about. That I've never shared before either. And the first channeling that came to me, this is why this was so important, was if you want to learn how to dance, Leah, you first have to remember how. Not that you learn how, but you have to remember. And the same thing is what Abby was trying to say when Holly and I were talking. Oh, I think it was on the 30th of December, right before the new year began, was that love, joy, happiness, your inner spirit, your inner inspiration isn't bound. Your love isn't bound to anything that is external and anything that is on this 3D plane. It's not bound to people, to places, to things. It's not bound to anything. It's boundless. It's limitless. It is like source. It is all that is, because love and unconditional love is the greatest force in the universe, in the omniverse, in the multiverse. It's everywhere. And the greatest thing about Abby's message, as we have literally 1 minute left to go, it's almost like the New Year's countdown. So exciting, is that if you just live 2022, and I'll finish the rest of our message on February 4th. If you live 2022 in the greatest state and condition of joy, peace, happiness within your own spirit, live each moment when you wake up, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, as if you are on that dance floor. Because that's what she showed me. She was wearing this beautiful, gorgeous red dress. She was just, no matter what was happening around her life, you couldn't tell, because her smile lit up the room. Her love for everyone in that room imbued the entire collective that was around her, and so many others that came in contact with the rest of the people that came in contact with her. It was like a domino effect, because when you are in joy, you come in contact with others, you spread that joy, you spread that knowledge. And that is when we're leading right into the prayer. So Abby's message to you from the great beyond today on January 6, 2022 at 33 p.m., 3:33 p.m. See, I had to say that multiple times. You had to remind us about the 333. What is 333? If you ask a question, it usually means a yes, but 333 means it's the ascended masters. It's the vibration of love. It's the vibration. Yeshua is associated with that. Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Anna. That's funny, Mariana, right? How funny is that? I just realized that. That is what Abby's trying to say. And that is why Holly is here. Because the true message of today is if we just love one another, truly in heart, take out the judgment, take out that seed, that switch your perception, shift that DNA genetic patterning of judgment that is rooted in us from time thousands of years ago, right? If we just like a on and off switch, right? Burn out that candle and turn on the candle, light the candle of love towards one another. Light the candle of peace and joy, gratitude, and deepest, most rooted, most vibrant inspiration of your own soul within your soul, your own inner spark, right? Your own inner spark. I'm going to actually highlight myself and literally just put yourself, thank you, Holly, in the most existential, joyful, happy, calm, and balanced state. Balance of your being into your being and into the totality of your being is most key in 2022. So if you just remember to remember, it's a great thing to say, right? Remember to remember how to dance, but not how to dance on a dance floor. Just picture yourself dancing the dance of creation, dancing the dance of your own soul. What would your soul dance to? What would she say or he would say? What would be the music that you would hear? What is the music of your soul? What is the music of your heart? What does epiphany mean to you? What does Christ consciousness mean to you? As we honor today the Three Kings Festival in Europe and around the world, as we honor the Epiphany Day, may you have your own epiphany about your own life. Yes, Natharis, you are correct. Natharis is saying, I believe we are all here to remember. Yes, indeed, Natharis, we are here to remember. Remember who we are. Remember why we were planted here, why we planted ourselves here. But most importantly, the experience of being a spiritual being reincarnated on earth or incarnated for the first time on earth is to have joy, happiness, peace, abundance in all ways. We're not here. We're not meant to suffer. We suffer because we pick that as our soul contract, and we suffer a lot because we seek to understand the core root of why we are suffering. But if we shift the perception, if we deconstruct the DNA patterns and those karmic etheric knots and threads that entangle us into this vicious cycle of karma that feels like a laundry cycle, we can help ourselves expand, and we could also help ourselves seek a higher and much better future, not only for ourselves, but for the entire human collective consciousness and for our animals and our mycelia and our plants and our inner waters and our inner fires and our mountains and our soil and our planet, most of all, for Mother Gaia. So I just want to read one of the most ancient prayers, and I'm going to read it to you in Hebrew. It's called Anabeka. Anabeka is a very ancient prayer that was meant to clear negative energy, meant to untangle ethereal entanglements, more like etheric knots that are imprinted into your DNA karmically. And they can be removed. And by removing them, you are allowing your soul to continue speaking to you in a more of a different way, in a different language that allows you to be more free, that allows you to feel your divine connection on a deeper level, but also allows you the liberation and redemption from old karmic patterns, timelines, and fractals and soul fragments that you have suffered over your other lifetimes. So if you could all just close your eyes, let's close our eyes together. Well, I'm going to read it for all of you. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep, 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 deep breath out. A nice deep breath in. And a nice deep, deep, deep breath out. Anabeka Gidulat Yemincha. Tatsir Sirura. Kabel Rinat. Amcha Sagvenu. Taharenu Nora. Nagibor Dorshe. Yehudcha Kvat. Shamrem. Varchem Taharem. Rachame Tzidkatcha. Tamid Gamlem. Hasin Kadosh. Birov Tuvcha. Nahel Atadecha. Yahit Ge'e. Le'amancha Pene. Zochre Kedushasecha. Shavatenu Kabel. Ushima Tzakatenu. Yodea Ta'alumot. And let me add a light language that is directly correlated and associated from our galactic brothers and sisters from the Pleiades, from Arcturus, from Andromeda, from Lyra, from Sirius, A, X, E, C, and B, from Cassiopeia, Tatiana, Orion, and the great beyond. Take a nice deep breath from our Mother Shekhinah, from Divine Sophia, from Maria Magdalena, Joshua, Sanat Kumara, Shiva, Shakti, Kuan Yin, Isis, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Metatron, Uriel, Haniel, Gabriel, Raphael, Ariel, Jeremiah, Raziel, Christiel, Elohim, Seraphim, Oraphim. And may the waters be open. May the four corners be open, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, and in all cross-dimensional Sophia directions. May each corner of earth be open. And may each soul drawn to this be open in heart and in mind, in their spirit, in their soul, in their love of their heart and of all humanity. Dear beloveds, let us pray, let us gather together. For Yeshua said, anyone that gathers in my name more than three, let us all gather together is a global gathering, bringing forward our committed, loving, open heart and our beautiful energy to connect together with the deepest core parts of Mother Gaia, Mama Kia, Pachamama. Let us all connect together and be the vessels and the bridge between the heavens and the earth, as above, so below, which is all together, really. There is no as above, there is no as below, it's all together. It's all connected, all occurring simultaneously within the past, the present, and the future, in all quantum vector fields. Let us all connect together our energy within this beautiful aura of blue and white within the quantum field vectors of all of the earth together as one. We gather together in the name of our Mother and Father Divine, name of Sahin, Sophia, Shekhinah, the Hina, the Oraphim, the Elohim, the Asherah, the Isis in us, the archetypical Sana Kumara in us, the archetypical Jeshua in us, the archetypical Maria Magdalena in us, the Mother Marys in us, the Joseph, the Anna, the Saint John, John the Baptist in us, Luke in us, Peter and Simon in us, James in us, Raquel in us, Jacob in us, Yaakov, Yitzhak, Abraham, Leah, and Sarah, Eve in us, the Lilith in us. We gather together with the animals and the mycelia and the plants and the inner fires and the waters and the crystal beds of the earth. And we pray and we send love and energy frequency to every corner of earth, imbuing and enveloping, encapsulating it with absolute love. Imagine rods of pure white gold light emanating from the top of your crown all the way to the soles of your feet in all the directions of you, rotating counterclockwise. Take a nice deep breath. And rotating clockwise now, as this beautiful golden white light emanates from every direction of you and extends 600 feet in diameter. As it expands like liquid light, allow yourself to feel the embodiment and your divine connection to your breath. Breathe in 3 centimeters over your navel into your Shekhinah breath. Hold and breathe out really slow. Allow your breath to filter through anything that you have been processing, anything that is in dire need of release, any emotional baggage that's still left over from last year or years before, any trauma, any pain, anything that you wish to let go of. Process that. Take a deep breath. And a deep, deep, deep breath out. Another deep breath in. And another deep breath out. And another deep, deep, deep breath in. And another deep breath out. Feel that deep, deep connection with your breath. And now feel that liquid light that is connected deeply within the Vesica Pisces of your soul and your human body, that is connected to your divine and your human self. Feel it emanating straight from the opening, the portal of your heart, as it radiates and extends deeper. And you could even take through your hands and feel the warmth and beauty of your heart space in your chest. Allow it to radiate out into the universe. Allow it to radiate out into every part of Earth, over 150,000 meters in diameter. Let every corner, envision it as you see every corner of Earth filled with this amazing, beautiful, full, glowing, sparkly, crystalline, shining blue, yellow, magenta, effervescent pink, translucent green, brown, white, golden, silvery, pink, lavender, freesia, orange, red, and even black colored light. Allow it to penetrate deeply into every country, in every part of Earth. Envision that. See yourself on the periphery, as if you're sitting on a wooden bench, overlooking the Earth. Take yourself to your galactic roots. Feel as if you're just watching it from the sidelines of Earth, and feel that beautiful light. Feel it as it's stemming straight from inside your heart and into Earth, as if you're beaming it right onto the planet. See yourself on that beautiful golden galactic wooden bench outside of Earth, overlooking your planet. See how much impact you can make by sending your soul's light right into the heart of the Earth, right into the crystal beds, into the inner waters, and into the inner volcanoes, and each plane, each bed, everywhere you can go. See it filtering right into every ocean, to every lake, every river, to your hometown where you were born, your home country, wherever you are around the Earth. See it penetrating into your house, to the soil underneath the foundation of your house, wherever you are, building, private house, wherever. See it going into the atmosphere around you, to the stratosphere. See it going into space, into that void. See that light filtering through you into every clavicle, every catacomb of that empty void, that darkness that is penetrated deeply within light. See yourself in liquid light. Feel your freedom, your redemption, your liberation from the 3D world. Feel that joy within. Feel that love that penetrates deeply from the inner parts of your soul, from every fiber of your being. See it penetrate deeper and deeper into the clavicle of your own inner heart space. See it penetrate into your left ventricle and into your right. See it penetrate deeply into your right and left hemispheres of your brain. See it penetrate so deeply into your pineal and into your pituitary and into each part of your spine, from your neck bone all the way down through the L5s, L6, through your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine, all the way down to your coccyx bone. See it penetrating into your root chakra. See it going deeper straight into your sacral and then into your solar plexus. See penetrating deeply and expanding within your solar plexus as it radiates this beautiful golden light. See it going all the way up through your diaphragm and into your heart center. See it opening your heart, expanding your heart so deeply that it cannot close, that it cannot be broken, that it cannot be fractured. Let your heart today make that commitment to yourself and to all of humanity, that as you breathe and feel the breath of Mother Gaia and you connect, feel the connection, feel it within your heart. You could even roll your tongue up to the palate and drop into your heart space. Drop and feel, just if you listen with the ears of your divine, you will hear the heartbeat of Gaia and connect it with yours. Feel yourself as this impenetrable membrane of darkness, because no darkness can penetrate. If you are so filled, so expanded into the light, so expanded into the heart of Mother Earth and into the heart of humanity. Feel yourself in connection to all things, to the birds, to the plants, to the ladybugs, to the flies, to the bees, to the rodents, to every animal, to everything that is living and breathing on this earth. You are not separate. You are connected. And fill that void with purity, love, joy, happiness, peace, and harmony, and give the gift of sharing by sharing those things with others. Love is not learned. Love is meant to be remembered. For love was here like Alpha and Omega before we ever got here, and love will still be here even after so. Love was before the beginning of creation, together mixed with creation as it created everything. Love is the greatest healer of all time. Only love can really bring about the massive shift within your own awakening. And only love can bring about the massive shift of humankind. Take a nice deep breath. Feel that beautiful heart space opening to love. You could picture it, imagine it in any color, and then make it alive. Create it into a sigil and imprint it into your heart. The same way all our other patterns for our socioeconomic statuses or environments have imprinted themselves into our DNA patterning, then imprint the imprint of love into your heart space. And then breathe in that beautiful warmth and welcome. Take it into our throats so we can speak our truth, so we can feel free to voice what we feel to the rest of humanity. Take it all the way up through our lymph nodes, all the way into our chin, all the way into our brown chakra. Yeah, and rotate, rotate, rotate. Connected to our right and left hemispheres of our brain, our divine feminine, our divine masculine. And drop anything that no longer serves you. Drop anything that no longer serves you. Drop it. As we do this together, we do it for humanity. And now, kind of just tap to activate our pineal. Deeply breathe in. Deeply breathe out. If you see colors, yellow, orange, green, red, fluorescent pink, translucent green, that's your aura being flushed out of anything negative or any entity holdovers that you might be experiencing from last year or the beginning of the challenges of this one. May it all heal, overcome. Let's take care of our pituitary. Deeply breathe in and deeply breathe out and hold. Breathe in. Hold it deep, deep within the diaphragm. and breathe out. And again, breathe in. Hold it deep within our diaphragm. And one more time, deeply breathe in. And deeply breathe out. And let it all be released through our crown chakra. Go all the way down 6 feet in diameter into the Earth Star chakra. May we ask for the blessing of ourselves, our earth, of our neighbors, of our loved ones, of our friends, of our close ones. We ask for blessing. We ask for healing. Healing on every encompassing level, all inclusive, not only on the physical, but those that are experiencing physical symptoms, physical ailments, or diseases. What is a disease? It's being in dis-ease, which means not being in ease. We ask for the healing of anyone going through physical aches, pains, discomforts, conditions. We ask for anyone dealing with emotional or mental aches, pains, discomforts, and conditions. Any spiritual ascension symptoms, or anyone dealing with any challenge, hardship. We ask for you all on behalf of the entire galactic spectrum and all of our wee showers, all of our grid keepers, our crystal bed warriors, our light warriors, our light workers, our star seeds, our entire galactic federation of light, and our earthly brothers and sisters and our ground crews. We ask that the earth, Mother Gaia, be filled completely and penetrated deeply within the beautiful Polarena Sea plasma, beautiful light stemming from the great central sun, the great central sun and its spirit, stemming through our sun. Let it, Mother Earth, Mama Kia, be penetrated deeply with that light now. And may everyone on this planet and across the entire galactic spectrum, all souls and beings, be blessed within the law of grace. Be given grace now. Be given love now, health now, abundance in all areas now, prosperity now, love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, mutual appreciation and support for one another, mutual unconditional love and care for one another, absolute alignment with soul and soul's purpose, alignment, absolute alignment of the divine feminine and divine masculine within each heart and soul, absolute alignment, the divine and the human connected together in the morphogenetic process, absolute alignment with the joy of the heart and the music and the harmony of the soul. We ask that all of humanity be penetrated with beautiful light from the great central sun. And we ask that each heart, each mind, each sacred heart, each sacred mind, each soul be filled with joy today on this beautiful day of Epiphany, January 6th, 2022, in Europe's Christmas, Three Kings Festival, and just the global peace prayer of our lives. May every soul and being be penetrated deeply within the Shekhinah presence and the beautiful love and light of this divine Sophia wisdom. And may the archangels and angels protect each of our steps. May we go through 2022 all together as the entire human collective consciousness, and together in harmony and peace, working diligently together with our galactic brothers and sisters. May we see peace in our hearts and extending outward like a reflection. May we bring forth our joy, our inspiration, our warmth, our compassion, our kindness, our unconditional, eternal Ahavat Olam, Ahavashela love for each of us. May we show ourselves the gift of kindness and compassion and self-care and self-love that we want to show others and that we try to show others. May all of us mutually care for one another. And may we send healing and beautiful blasts of unconditional love from the great central sun and great central polar Uranus sea and plasmic energy to every grid on this planet. Every volcano, every tectonic plate, every inner water, every ocean, every lake, every river, every mountain, all of the soil, everywhere, in every direction, and in every corner of Mother Earth. May we all feel the deepest connection to Mother Earth every day that we breathe. And may our heartbeat connect to her heartbeat. May we all be the heartbeat of humanity as we continue to be the vessels of anchoring light onto this planet from now unto eternity. May we continue what our ancestors started, and may generations after us continue our legacy. But the truth is the truth. We are the last sages, and we are what we've been waiting for. And time is now. It is time to continue awakening all of humanity. And for those who still sleep, we will continue to awaken as we all join and merge together at the dawning of the Great Awakening. Amen. Aho, Ashe, and Shingo. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining us today. May this bring you peace, love, and light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Holly, would you like to say a few words?
I believe I'm unmuted now. I think. This will be a light language. Antiukutia satia kwa tiara onso araya ansiasia. Okorayana ama asa shasatai. Aran shasakiatu. Arama asatiati. Akoratiatiata utua. Aran shasatia kiantu alanama satia kiatiara rusha sata. India kia chosotoi atanoma sateati ata koratia atiara asotu ara santa. Aro jakiate araramia siatiro gadiata arora satiara inkiero osho satiakadiata. And so it is in divine love and light, sent in peace and love and harmony.
Amen. Amen. And I want to add as well, light language. So I'm going to spotlight. Thank you so much, Holly. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, we add in light language as well. Atashekesiama ketea. Ekadashesi kelame. Atashisia keniale. Etekeshesiama takaye. Kadashesiala kate somakalina. Kadashesiama kala konasiama kasitale. Deshisiala kumate tamana. Ikairuna matea. Ishata anahata. Kairuna matea. Ishata anahata. Kairuna matea. Ishata anahata. Kairuna matea. Ishata anahata. Kairuna matea. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice long exhale out. And those words will be repeated 5 more times as you breathe in and breathe out. It's almost like a DNA activation. Ishhata, anahata, kairuna, matea. Ishhata, anahata, kairuna, matea. Ishhata, anahata, kairuna, matea. Ishhata, anahata, kairuna, matea. And just one more, take a deep breath in and hold. Ishhata, anahata, kairuna, matea. And breathe out. Ketesika, leamitisia kiane. Etesia sikomalikani, emo, tekeshasia tamane. Katia, katia, kefkia, kefkia, kefkia. And ahavat olam. Namaste. Thank you. And that is to clear any additional patterns that might be resurfacing for release. It is to clear any etheric knots that no longer need entanglement from former past lives. It is to bring forth your divine spirit of inner joy and to bring forth your harmony and to enliven you today within this beautiful crystalline grid and Mother Earth's embraced today on January 6th, the day of Epiphany. Thank you so much. Holly, would you like to say a few last words as well? Thank you.
I am just so honored to be here and to participate in this. I have been feeling that there is much going on we don't know about as humans, particularly now since the beginning of the year and up until the 20th and beyond, of course, but many shifts are taking place on so many levels. And what you've done here and everyone else with their divine loving intentions that are participating here today certainly are anchoring some powerful love and healing and awakening throughout all of humanity. And I thank you from my heart to yours.
And I thank you from my heart to yours as well. And I thank you all. Thank you so much for those that are together with us on this beautiful gathering. I thank you all for being here. You are truly vessels of humanity, and we thank you all. And now we will open the floor, if Holly doesn't mind, to anyone that would like to speak. I know we have April with us today. Kathleen, thank you so much for being with us. Nazareth is joining us actually from all the way from the Netherlands. Piera, so happy to see you, Piera Marie. Simon Deacon, who's actually a vortex healer and a dear friend of mine. He's in New York City. And a dear friend of mine, Valerie Donner, as well from California, who's an amazing channel, especially from the Pleiadian High Council. She channels Myra from the Pleiadian High Council and from the ground crew. But before we do that, I just want to say an absolute immeasurable word of gratitude to all of our guides, to all of our ascended masters, to all of our archangels and angels, to Mother Divine, Father Divine, to Yeshua, to Maria Magdalena, to Mother Mary, to Anna, to Michael, Sandalphon, Metatron, Haniel, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, Aniel, Christiel, to all of the Elohim, all of the Seraphim, all of the Oraphim, to Sana Kumara, Isis, Diana, Kuan Yin, Asherah, Shakti, Shiva, and anyone I did not mention. Raquel, yes. Raquel, Archangel of Justice, yes. Thank you so much, Simon. To anyone I did not mention, and to Orishas too, absolutely. And to Mira, who was with us, I know that, Valerie, for sure. And to all of the Pleiades, all of our Pleiadian brothers and sisters, all of our Arcturian brothers and sisters, all of our Andromedan brothers and sisters, Lyran brothers and sisters, all of our Syrian brothers and sisters, all of our Tatiana brothers and sisters, all of our brothers and sisters from Cassiopeia and Orion, and from great beyond to the omniverse, to the multiverse, and to all of our multidimensional selves that are all around us. Thank you to the divine Sophia. Thank you to the Shekhinah within us all. So if anyone would like to speak, please do let me know. You guys could raise your hands if you want to say anything. Okay. Valerie, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still with you.
Okay, great. Would you say a word or two?
Yes, this was very, very beautiful and very, very deep.
Thank you.
It covered many aspects, and yes, I know Mira and many of the other masters. Everybody's here today, so you called it forth, and we've called it forth. And so all these good tidings and blessings may be felt by everyone on the planet. And we really need this kind of love now, this kind of healing, and spreading it far and wide, because we are in the process of the great transformation, the new earth, and heart awakenings, heart openings. Everybody's going to start feeling different. Everybody's going to start feeling more love. We're going to find more truth and more healing. There will be many benefits for humanity, and life is going to improve miraculously. We're not going to be controlled by the dark forces anymore. We're just going to be living in light and growing and learning how to do that with help from the galactics, you know, all the masters, there's just so much more for us than we could ever imagine. And I'm just so happy that your beautiful hearts are all, you know, connected with Mariana and each other, and that we can share like this today. I'm really glad. I got on a little late because I had a session and the client was late. So anyway, I can stay a little bit longer, and then I've got to lead. I don't know how long this is going to be, but anyway, I talked too much already. So lots of love and blessings, and
Thank you.
many, many good things for all.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Thank you. Always so much love to you. Always.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you. Okay, if there's anyone that would like to speak, let me know.
I just want to say thank you from my sacred heart to all of yours. It's so beautiful to hear your words, even some of them that I didn't understand. Somehow my heart just received them and encoded, and I feel so blessed to have this transmission offered today. I had a profound dream last night. If you know Master Mahakohan, he came to me in a meditation and said, I will be your primary guide for 2022. This was back in December. And I had a dream of him last night saying, don't miss that call tomorrow. And when I woke up and wrote because I have a dream journal on my bed, I write every, even if it's just like a random thing that I remember. And I was like, what call? And I looked up the calendar, and I was like, the call today at 3:33. I it's amazing how these things like more and more of this is happening. Like the last 2 years have been wild that way. Like I know they've been atrocious in other ways and really challenging in some respects, but they've been wildly synchronistic, and like I can just feel like upgrades, and like it's beautiful. Even though there's a lot of hard or challenging things, there's so much amazing that's coming out of this, and I like that's what I'm embracing for this year, is really like holding on to the magic and what the real meaning of what's happening, you know, because sometimes we can lose sight of that, or at least for myself, like, you know, you can kind of get into like a gloomy kind of headspace, and then it's like, remember what this is all about, like the essential. So we will come through this tunnel. Yes, we will. There's a grand, beautiful light that we are going to work with, and I know it. And so all of us are on this journey, and it's amazing to watch other people's journey around them and their growth and their like layers coming, you know, off. And that's a blessing for me too. And to watch you, like, you know, I remember meeting you at through Hildegard. And ever since I'm like, she's a beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so special. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Hildegard is amazing. For those that don't know, I'm gonna spotlight myself back. Thank you, Marie. Thank you so much, Vera. I love when you speak. You come on, so thank you. Yes, Hildegard Gramier, she actually does she runs the Toronto Experience, this group, and she's absolutely amazing. I had the pleasure of listening to her and her talking about her experience, and the connection that she has with the galactic spectrum is just absolutely fascinating. It's really amazing. I'll put that in the chat as well so you guys can learn about that. But yeah, we will have plenty more of these kinds of events and gatherings at these amazing auspicious times, like 444, 333. The best is yet to come. I look forward to doing 555 because it's groundbreaking. We don't normally do that, but it really does vibrationally resonate through our DNA, and that's what's most important. And for those that did come on today's call, and for those that will be watching, prayer, like April just said to us all, does work, and it is a sound, a vibration. And what is our creation? It's sound made into form. So it's so powerful to come together like this and to just put forth our beautiful energy and to create something amazing. You know, 1987, the Mahatma energy was created through the Vesika Pisces, the harmonic convergence of 1 million people coming together in America and just praying. And then it created an entire platform for a whole new energy to come forward, which is one of the most healing energies on the planet. And it has been kind of shut down for quite some time, for decades, and it's just slowly returning and making its way back into the planet, which is so amazing. And the more gatherings like this, the more healing we could bring forth to our planet and to our human consciousness collective as a whole. So thank you so much. And if anyone else would love to speak, I see that April's still on, Simon, Valerie, Kathleen, Nazareth, thank you so much. Nazareth says she sees 222 all the time. Yes, we will definitely do a show on 222 and that'll be really interesting. Yes, absolutely. Would anyone else like to say a few words before we end? Okay, Simon, go ahead. Yes, let me just spotlight you. Hold on. And then I'll ask also Kathleen if she'd like to say a few words.
All right, hello, and thank you. And that was very wonderful. I had to turn off the video and recline and rest because I have been recovering from Omicron. It was something that I realized that I had contracted just before Christmas. and I'm not saying this for any pity or anything, because what I experienced through the experience was an incredible shift. Now, of course, in the beginning, I was incredibly upset and angry. I wasn't able to go home to see my parents, my brother, my sister-in-law, my nieces. I was alone for New Year's, but it occurred. I saw an article where Omicron was the greatest place of infection here in the city was in my neighborhood, in my zip code. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's something is really crashing down here karmically, at least in my neighborhood. And when I finally got it, I thought I was going to make it through, but I didn't. And when I finally got it, it created a shift within me, where I was just like, okay, this fear has now finally come. This fear has now finally been confronted. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe I should let myself off the hook and admit that maybe I'm a little more stronger than I give myself credit for. And that came into my consciousness. And later on that night, I had a dream. And it was kind of amusing. It was kind of amusing too, because I had this dream that I was looking upon a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. And it looked kind of small, like something you'd see at a mall, like a children's roller coaster. But I knew that this roller coaster was evil. It was evil. And I just looked at this roller coaster, and I sort of like stared it down defiantly. And I knew that I was waking up. I was waking up from the dream, feeling very, I don't know what I was feeling. I was waking up and I was feeling very agitated, waking up, going back to sleep. And that's when I felt it, just this shift where a resistance had been lifted and all this strength started coming forth. And it was quite something. What people are saying here, what this pandemic is doing, it is a profound shift in consciousness. It is a profound karmic purge. It is a profound karmic purge in consciousness. And I do believe that what I experienced was part of that. It's just like, okay, great going, Simon. I mean, you're a great healer, you're a great light worker, you're a great wizard, but you cannot stave off this very powerful karmic shift that is occurring. And I do feel that. I do feel like that wave of consciousness, whatever it was that this pandemic is doing, hit me. And you have to ask that question in that moment. I mean, the suffering which you experience in that moment, yes, a lot of it is beyond your control. And it causes great suffering. But your level of resistance or non-resistance determines its level of transformation. And as I recall, in one of these last Zoom meetings, somebody came in, some nasty troll, and got very abusive and very nasty, bringing up this other issue of transforming darkness into light. Yeah. I wish I had that lovely, awesome higher vision, seeing the waves of the big. I sometimes catch a glimpse of the big picture, like our lovely Mariana does. I know mostly. I'm more of an expert on the inner universe, and that is what I know. That is what I know that this shift in consciousness is doing. It is taking us somewhere someplace very profound. And our level of resistance or non-resistance determines the depth of our transformation. And I'm still in the midst of that transformation now as we speak. I think I'm negative now. I don't know, because rapid COVID tests are rather a very short supply right now. But I am feeling better. I mean, the cold-like symptoms have gone away. And I just wanted to share that with you. It was a sort of like a, it's kind of like it's like going into a dark corridor of testing.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Simon, I started off with Simon just as a more of a client, and he was my healer. And over the course of the years, we became really amazing friends. And I know exactly what you're talking about as far as the corridor. So yeah, it's really rough when you have that fear. It's still kind of in the subconscious, and then you're tested. I mean, I always make a joke, rapid or PCR testing isn't the real test that you really go through. It's the weight game that, what your life will look like once you test positive. That's really primarily in that sense, but it's the truth. Simon speaks very true words. It's one of the best messages I've gotten in the last couple of years, especially since this started, was that yes, it is a giant shift in consciousness, and your resistance level does define how you're going to deal with it. Yeah, and that's why we hold these gatherings, and we pray that we will have and be graced to have the time and the ability to do more, so that way we can penetrate deeper and deeper into every catacomb of darkness and view it more with light, and penetrate deeply into the hearts and to the souls of people all around us, so that we pray for their healing, and we pray for grace on this planet altogether as a whole. And if anyone else would like to add to that, beautiful. Thank you, Simon, so much. And we pray for your healing. God bless you. And I'll definitely check in with you. Absolutely. If you need anything, please do let me know. Anyone else would like to say a few words? Kathleen, maybe? Nazareth? Anyone? No. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all. And again, thank you, Piera. Thank you, April. April is absolutely amazing, right? Can I put you on the spot? Oh, she said, no, don't put me on spotlight. April is not only my close friend of mine, she's an amazing artist. And I love her so much because she's such a supportive fan. The Chronicles celebrate 1 year anniversary, and it's such a pleasure, and it's an honor to be with Piera and April. April's, yeah, thank you guys. And Simon. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Holly, so much for everything. Thank you, Nazareth. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, guys. Holly, if you want to just say a few last words before we end, that would be great. Let me spotlight you. Go ahead.
There we go.
Now we can hear you.
Awesome. Anyway, I am so glad to be here. And I wanted to point out too that we had a little helper. We had a couple helpers more today for myself and you, Mariana, in our necklace.
Oh, wow. Yes, absolutely.
I noticed you had yours on, and I felt the draw for mine. One of my helpers that's here today connected with this necklace is Martha Gilhorn, who was one of Ernest Hemingway's wives. She was a war correspondent in World War II. And the main parts of this necklace were hers. So she was here as well to send her energy through my voice to all of you and anyone else listening. And I know Mariana, her necklace is pretty special too. And energies connected with that. But one thing I would like to do, if we could, is just to, for who's here, to just put our left hand on our heart and our right hand up, and just send that total agape love to one another, just from ourselves to all of you. Just pure love. We need to love ourselves, take care of ourselves, and equally important, to love one another. And if we could just take this moment to send that pure, pure, pure source energy love to one another, just to bolster us through these amazing times, that would be a perfect way to end this session together. I also ask that for anyone who needs this love to continue, that it will for as long as they need it. And so it is in divine love and light.
And so it is. Aho, agape love. That's a great way to remember today.
Yeah.
The day of agape.
Yes.
Yes. For us all that was on this call today. Aho, Shingo, Ashe, Namaste, and Amen.
Namaste.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a blessed and most magnificent, enlivened, and extraordinary rest of your day. Agape. That's the new word now.